Everybody, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about Roberta from Sister Wives and see if she is really the big villain that everybody makes her out to be. Before I get started, if you guys can take a moment to like this video. I know that it's a tiny like for you guys, but it is a huge deal for me. Also, if you guys really don't want to listen to the background of the whole Roberta situation and skip forward to the reading, no problem. I will put that down in the description box where you can see the time where the reading will start. All right, guys, I will see you back in just a moment. Hi, crystal balls. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for clicking on this video today. I hope everybody is doing well, especially my Patreons. Before we get started, I want to take a quick thank you to Melissa Belugelish for these lovely planchette earrings. I adore these. I have worn these before, but in a different color. And also a little Easter egg for you all. This beautiful little Ouija board necklace. Now it's not clear, but it's a Ouija board necklace, and there is a video out there that matches this necklace, so go take a look at that. All right, so today we are going to be talking about Seeking Sister Wife. That is a show on TLC, which also hosts shows like Sister Wife. I have a lot of Sister Wives shows on there, but this one is, they're all fascinating. This one's a train wreck, like they all are. I fell down the rabbit hole, guys. So Roberta is going to be one of the most controversial characters on the show right now, opposed to the Snowdens. The Snowdens are the most controversial, without a doubt. Pin in that. If you guys want to see a video reading about the Snowdens, let me know down in the comment box. So, yay. Anyway, this show has been on for 3 seasons now. It may be renewed for a 4th. Again, train wreck and a half. But the Merrifields, which is who Roberta is connected to, have been on this show since the very beginning, I believe. I'm having a little hard time remembering the first year. However, they have been involved romantically for 3.5 years. Roberta is a Brazilian woman who does not live in the United States. And so far, because I believe it's been because of COVID, they have only met up in Mexico. And then this last season, they finally went to Brazil. Now, just to point it out, that Danielle and Garrick, who are the main couple, are open and wanting a sister wife, and they sought out Roberta, who was on some sort of website. However, Danielle is lying through her teeth. It says that she actually wants a sister wife. She doesn't. And she completely overreacted. Maybe we'll talk about that in this video or maybe another one. We'll see. But it was sick, guys. It was sick. So 3.5 years courting, dating, procreating, and that is very odd because this is supposed to be a situation where it is religion-based polygamy. So not every couple on this show is religious-based polygamy, but the Merrifields are. And the fact that they have vetted this wife, well, Garrick has, prior to even getting married, even though there was some talk of a spiritual ceremony. I think, I don't know, but they have done it very differently than many couples do. At one point, the Merrifields were dating a other potential sister wife, and thank God that girl got out of there. And this turned out to be a very huge problem. So here we go with Roberta. Roberta, and the reason why she's so controversial is, like I said, Garrick and Danielle. They are kind of a Derek, aren't they? Together, they're Derek. I might say that as a couple. Yeah, well, we're gonna do that. They're Derek. Okay. So, but Garrick got divorced legally from Danielle. So when Roberta came over to the United States, she would be able to legally marry Garrick and then be sister wife to Danielle. Roberta had her visa approved. Roberta had her plane ticket. And this is right before this whole situation happened that Derek were in Brazil meeting Danielle or Roberta's family. There's a lot of people here. Just her mother. I believe that's all she has. And we've heard how her mother has been terribly ill and has had some serious incidents happening in her life that she does need her daughter around as a caregiver. It's not an easy choice to leave your family and everything that you know to go to the United States and live with people that she's never visited the United States before, ever. But she was supposed to leave everything she knew, go to the United States, marry Garrick, and become part of the family. I know, going back and forth, but just making sure everybody understands we're on the same page. Okay, so the controversy is Roberta decided, no, I don't want to do this. What's the problem with that? There really isn't any problem with that, except the ticket was purchased. Tickets can be refundable if hopefully they got some insurance on that. The other thing is, apparently Derek had been sending Roberta money this entire time of their 3.5-year relationship. We don't know a total, but the last time was $10,000. And apparently Roberta waited until the $10,000 had cleared out of the checking account that Garrick had, then broke up with them via text. Yeah. So now everybody on the TLC camp, including Derek, are completely upset about this. And they are not giving Roberta's side at all. So right now, Roberta is painted as a scammer, as a lady of the night, maybe a victim. We don't know. But most of all, the narrative being pushed especially hard by Derek and TLC is that Roberta has scammed them the entire time. This is completely possible, but unlikely. And when people keep asking, why would they be sending her all this money, there are some stipulations in being able to pay people in other countries. And I don't know all the laws, but this is TLC specific, that they do not pay their people if they are not part of the United States. It's up to a caregiver, guardian, person of trust, a trust, something like that, and to pay them. So it could be very likely that the money that Garrick sent Roberta was money that she was owed for the television show. So what I'm going to do is we're going to take a look at what is happening with Roberta and if this was really a scam, or are we as an audience being scammed by TLC like we always are. I don't know why I watch this channel. It's a train wreck. Okay. So let's take a look here. I'm using the traditional Rider-Waite Smith deck. It's just a little flashy. Just giving you an example. Well, we'll start here because that's the Lover's card. So right away, I wasn't meaning to do that, but I'm like, wow, look, Lover's card. Okay, so what I mean by flashy is Okay, so we have the Lover's card. So I really think this relationship was legit in at least a sexual way. I don't think that Roberta was as deeply connected to Garrick as vice versa. He cried all the dang time. All the time. Anytime he talked about her, they basically couldn't get a hold of her for a year. I think she was trying to break up with him for a long time. But, looking at the card, they definitely were compatible in a sexual way. Um, I do see loneliness here, and this could be all of them. Roberta was far away. Garrick was far away from the woman that he loved. If you ever watch the show, he clearly does not love Danielle at all. And Danielle definitely felt alone. God, I feel like this is too... Okay. Let's just go with... I feel like this is, too straightforward and anybody could get this. Meaning, with the cards, the way this is reading, I don't want to be elementary. Okay. So, did Roberta scam them? Tell me, did Roberta scam? This is the Ace of Cups. This is one of the luckiest cards in the deck. I feel like there was open heart and peace here. And I feel like this isn't lucky. This card is not lucky for scamming purposes. This is lucky because I found something that I really, really wanted, whether that be a business arrangement, a romance, an opportunity, but it was pure. It came from a place of purity. It did not come from a place of, I'm going to scam you. This came from a place of love and happiness. I feel, even though Roberta was really hurt. So this third sister wife dating situation, she said it bothered her. And other people said that this was an excuse for her to leave. But she really, really, really was hurt by it. She was blindsided. She was blindsided from the beginning about the whole relationship, which again, I think is pretty apparent. But people thought that she was using this as an excuse to leave. No. She really believed she was going to have a happy home. This wasn't an excuse. She truly, truly believed that she was going to have a happy home, that she was going to have a happy life. And yes, I know there's only a couple in here, but this is a traditional deck, and very few traditional decks have a throuple. But she thought she was going home. She also thought she saw herself at home in Brazil too. I think she thought there was going to be some sort of compromise to where she could actually spend more time in Brazil and not have to leave it like cold turkey and basically feel like she could never go back. I really feel like seeing this, it makes me feel like Roberta wanted to go back to Brazil months at a time throughout the year. And that's only fair because that's her life. She's giving up her entire life. They're not. Yes, Danielle got divorced, but that was to keep her husband happy. She really believed that her wishes were going to come true. She sought them out too. That's the thing, is she was on a website for the potentials of sister wives, for polygamy, so it wasn't a surprise at what she was getting into. It is really hard to scam a person to an extent, but to scam two plus Danielle's family and her children, that's a lot. That's a lot of people to scam. And it can be done. Obviously, it's done all the time, but it takes a lot more work. And going in it for 3.5 years, that doesn't seem legit to me of that long of a scam for $10,000. And honestly, that's not a lot of money for a long scam like that. Even though, I mean, I don't know how much she got. We can assume that she got about that every time she needed money. But again, this is probably money she earned from the television show. So she really did think this was a dream come true. This is really what she wanted. God. I mean, look at this. This is the Magician card. This is the number one card of the deck, which is one of the most important cards of the deck. They're all important for their own ways, but the Magician is the number one card of the deck. And what this means is she really thought that this was a magical, happy situation that she prayed for. She prayed for this. She does have a spiritual level to her. And while Derek seems to have it, they really don't. They use God, and you can see it, in order to make their own dreams come true. They manipulated the situation more than what I believe that Roberta did, as far as, this is what I want, this is what God is telling me to do, this is this. They tried to manipulate their own magic, but Roberta fell for their magic. Damn, people. Let's see, what was this payment about? Was the payment legit? Or was this money that they owed her for some reason? There's millions of reasons why people owe people money. So what was the money about? What was the money about? Hanged man. Upside down situation. This could be read as, we couldn't pay you directly, so we were allowing the Merrifields to pay Roberta. There's a reason for it. There is a reason for the money going to her, and it may not necessarily be because of the television show. There is a reason that this money was owed to her. Now, I'm not saying that Roberta was scamming them and trying to get money out of them. What I am saying, she loaned them money. I don't think that was possible. I think she was owed for some specific reason. The really scary reasoning that popped into my head is just because this is what I do for a living, unfortunately. Trafficking is always in my mind, but this seems very human trafficking-y. I've said that from the beginning when I saw Roberta and what was going through, and now especially that the Merrifields, Derek, are dating another Brazilian woman, guys. Another Brazilian woman. They can't find somebody in America, and they can't be bothered to learn how to speak Portuguese. Even though Roberta was picking up English pretty well after 3.5 years, they couldn't be bothered to learn Portuguese. Let's see again, just trying to see if this was a scam. What was the money for? Queen of Wands. Mother figure. Did Roberta's mother? That's an icky feeling. I feel like Roberta's mother actually had something to do with this. And when I mean something to do with this, I think she sold something of hers in order to help the Merrifields out. I think they were in a financial stickler themselves for a short amount of time, and there was something coming up, a balloon payment, a loan, something important that they needed, but they did not have the money for it. And I really have a feeling, like, I actually feel like if Roberta's mother had a car, she sold it to get money to send to them. And those transactions obviously can be followed, but we don't have any liability to see that or ability to see that. But the fact is, it's almost like, that's what I'm saying. It would be something as huge as a vehicle that she sold in order to get money to give to the Merrifields. I almost wonder if this is something they were paying back, because it feels like Roberta was owed for this money. Owed. And they weren't going to leave them high and dry. And even though they were bitching about it, Roberta had to make sure she got that money back before she ended the relationship. So, why did Roberta end the relationship? Why did Roberta end the relationship? Page of Cups. She felt like she was in a elementary situation. She felt like things were not what they seemed. Specifically when it came to the God Christian aspect of it. I don't know what religion they are. I'm assuming LDS or FLDS. I'm assuming some sort of Mormonism. But she didn't believe the crap that they put her and, well, Danielle through in the name of God. She did not believe that this was what God wanted. Roberta, believes in God and believes that she was being called to a polygamous life. She's not. She's actually following a website or account called Escaping Polygamy. She does not believe in polygamy anymore, but at one time she did. She also left because of the chaos energy. So Danielle and Garrick were fighting amongst each other all the time. All the time. And the thing is, Roberta asked Danielle if she was okay, if she really truly was okay being a sister wife. Is this what she wanted? And Roberta said, you basically, here's your chance. And Danielle said, no, of course not. I want you to be my sister wife. Roberta saw through the shit there. And she did not want that responsibility on her shoulders. She started to think this whole thing was evil. Really, really evil. And when I'm saying the whole thing, I'm not necessarily saying polygamy. I'm saying the relationship with Garrick and Danielle were evil because they hated each other. Garrick and Danielle don't really like each other. Well, Danielle loves him. Garrick can't stand her. Their relationship is very hollow, very gross. She had to divorce him. He forced her into polygamy. It was a very bad situation. So what I'm saying here is Roberta saw that this was evil and she hated it. I mean, hated it is a strong word, but she got herself out of the situation. Okay, last question is just flat out, did Roberta scam them for 3.5 years? I know we kind of asked that, but we want to know for realsies. Did Roberta scam them for 3.5 years? Did Roberta scam them for 3.5 years? So there's a balance of money here, but there's also, this is a balance of power. I think there were times where Roberta had the upper hand and times that Garrick had the upper hand, but they were both playing the game. Both of them were playing a game here. Roberta won. I don't necessarily feel like it was scammy. I really do feel like there was a power exchange happening here. And some of it in the beginning was real. I mean, this relationship was going to fail no matter what. This was an end. It was so much better to end it while she was still in Brazil than getting all the way to the United States and seeing what they really were like. The thing is, Roberta really didn't know what the Merrifields were like day to day because every time they saw each other, they were in vacation mode. They were in Mexico or they came to Brazil. She actually had a lot of strength getting away from this situation. I really do think Roberta was a partial victim in this situation, meaning everything that happened was not as it seemed. Roberta's being done dirty right now. Dirty. They are making her seem like a money hungry bitch. She's not. She played a game for a little while. In a little while, I'm guessing like 3 months, because she was trying to get her money back. And I really, it's either that with Mama or they spent her money. I almost think that's something that's very possible too, is Garrick and Danielle. Derek spent a chunk of Roberta's money and said, I will pay you back. So this is the money I was given from TLC or a sale or something, whatever they do with their business. I don't know what they do. But I do think it's completely possible that if Mama hadn't sold something, then Garrick and Derek had sold or took money that was actually owed to Roberta, spent it, and then this was the reimbursement. So we're going to leave it at that because there's so much out there that is not known. And I really, really do hope that Roberta gets to tell her own story, because her story is tragic and there's a lot more question marks here than answers, but she's not the woman that they made her out to be. So shame on Derek and shame on TLC, because you all created this situation. All right, guys, let me know what you thought about this reading down in the description box before you leave. If you guys could please click subscribe and see when I go live, see when my videos upload. And also, if you guys have not had a chance to read a book lately, I really do recommend the Sister Wives book. You can get it free on audible.com if you use my link in the description box. How are you going to say no to a free book? You don't have to get that particular book. You can get the brand new bestseller like I did with Stephen King and his Stephen King's fairy tales. I pre-ordered it and I am just loving it. It uploaded for me as soon as it was released because I ordered it about 2 months ago, and it was like a happy day for me when that uploaded. Also, Sandman Volume 3 is coming out, so take a moment and get a free audiobook, guys. Free, no obligation, nothing. Just follow the description box, go to my link, see where that takes you on audible.com, and sign up for one free audiobook. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. Remember, every single day is a gift. Use your time wisely, and I will see you later. Bye for now.